Hey, welcome to a so-called special edition of Plan With Me by Erica D. I call this a special edition because of my job. I'm a public school music teacher and I'm a mom. I don't always have a lot of time to commit to decorating my planner during the school year. So my solution is pre-decorating. I came up with the idea to pre-decorate 9 weeks or one school year grading period at a time. And what that does for me is that as each week arises, I can simply do the important task and event planning, but not the decorating. And it's a process that's worked for me in the past, so I'm continuing it now. So this is my list of what I have decided to pre-decorate. I've kind of plugged in different events that are happening on different weeks and colors that might go with them. And on weeks that I don't know of events, I just kind of picked a color that suited my fancy at the time. So I apologize now that this video is a little longer than usual because I am pre-decorating for 9 weeks, but I'll make it go as fast as I can. So here we go. The first week I'm going to pre-decorate for is August 5th through 11th. My husband challenged me to do a purple and green spread, mostly because I think he thought that they wouldn't match and that they'd look horrible together, and he wanted to see if I could do it. But I knew that purple and green being opposite each other on the color wheel would actually look pretty fantastic with each other. So I found this one sticker that has purple flowers with the green leaves, and I found some washies that go with it. And I totally love this one washi that really is more blue usually than purple to me, but it matches the sticker. However, as you can see, the washi is giving me a massive headache. It's just sticking to itself as you go around the roll. I can't get one long strip of it without it messing up. So I turned the camera off, wrestled with it for a while, and gave up. So I'm going to go with this purple washi instead of the bluish purple washi, which makes me sad because I really like that bluish purple, but it is going in the trash can after all this. I don't know why some washis do that and some don't. I assume they react to the humidity in the air, but I don't know. So I started out with a bottom washi, cut the holes out where it overlapped a little bit, and then, as is my way, I'm going to now block off the working section of my planner. I will use that phrase a lot. The working section to me is just the boxes, not the empty borders on the sides or top or bottom. It's where the days are, and that's why it's the working portion. So I take a wide washi and I cut it into strips that are 1/4 of an inch wide and lay them down there. It's a way to make your washi go a little bit longer and not have to have 1,000 of those teeny tiny little skinny washies. And I'm going to take this washi that's sort of a color wash of blues and pinks and purples, and it's actually already 1/4 of an inch wide, so I just slice it in half to 1/8 of an inch, and I will mark off the weekend. My planner itself does not have a big color variation on the weekend in the boxes. It's slightly darker, but not much, so I like to mark it with some washi just to draw attention to the fun part of the week. So now I'm going to look through for some purple and green stickers to rise to my husband's challenge of making purple and green work. I find this weekend sticker that looks kind of cute up there. And then there's, of course, the inspiration sticker that I started with in the first place to make the purple and green work. I stick that down in the bottom left corner. And then, because it's going to be the first week of the school year, I really like the sticker "Now is the New Later." Get myself motivated to start the new year out with some good energy, as well as this one that says "Good Stuff" right here. I don't want to be bitter that the school year is starting. I want to remember that this is a job I love, a job I'm blessed to have, and so this is good stuff that I'm going back to school. Because honestly, it'd be easy to get bitter about it. So I'm going to write the name of this sticker book on a Post-it and just stick it in here so that when I come back to plan, I know that stickers in that book will match really easily. Now this little guy is what I will use to write my school to-do list on. I just kind of stick it in the book, and it will be my school to-do list. All right, my next week is August 12th through 18th. Not much was really going on that week, so I just picked a color that I like instead of having to match the color to a certain event. So for August 12th to 18th, I decided to go with the flowers down the spine, which is something I did just a few weeks ago actually. To keep my paper from shifting while I do this, I use some low tack painter's tape, and I'm going to kind of do a gradient with these flowers in this sticker book. I'm going to go from dark at the bottom and dark at the top to a more light color toward the center of the spine. I like going down the spine because it doesn't really cover much of the working section of the planner. What I don't like about it is having to cut out all of the slots for the discs. It's incredibly tedious, so I definitely would never be able to do this during the school year. This is one I can only do now during the summer when I've got a good 45 minutes to devote just to decorating this one page. It will be a great treat when I open this up come the school year, but again, it is not one that I could do often, and definitely not one I could do while I'm in the midst of working. So you might have noticed I cut a few leaves off of the flowers. I just wanted those blocks of colors, but then there are some blanks, and the green will actually break up this color and look really nice. So I'm going to stick a few of the leaves back. These are just the ones that I'd cut off the flowers previously. And then just a few sprigs might be nice to bring in a little more color, but I don't know, we'll see. It does need a little bit of green here and there though. So this one, I'm just going to cut this leaf right here in the sticker book. Didn't cut very well, so there we go. And just fill in some of the gaps so it's a little less sporadic looking. I pull off my low tack painter's tape nice and carefully so I don't tear my book. And now I'm going to have to cut all the holes out. So I'm going to use my knife. This is the back side of the pages. And cut that open, and then I'm going to have to use my X-Acto knife and cut those out. I did that off camera because you didn't want to see it. It took forever. And now I've found some washies that kind of match. I love this plum colored washi. It's just one of my favorites that I have. So I'm going to use it as a big block of color at the bottom of the page in that open space down there. Sorry about that. I got a text just now while I'm sitting here recording. I'm going to white out the quote at the bottom so it doesn't shine through the washi. And then I'm just going to put the washi down there at the bottom. The only problem that happens is when I come upon these flowers. So I just kind of do a torn edge. I don't want to cover the flowers. I don't want to go under the flowers. I don't want to peel them up. That would be a headache. So I feel like a torn edge just kind of... it doesn't quite blend into the flowers, but it's not as harsh of a line. Now I need my washi for the working section of this week. I'm going to follow the little bit of green that I have in the leaves and just do this green. Oh, this washi's giving me a hard time too. You do a bit of a green marbly washi for the working section. If you watch this entire special edition plan with me, which I don't expect you to do in one sitting, but if you do, you're going to see a lot of the same where I take a long, thicker washi and slice it down to a width or height, whichever way you're looking at it, that works for me on that specific week. I don't always do 1/4 inch, but I did 1/4 inch here for the bottom, and I'm doing 1/4 inch for the top. This clear ruler makes that really easy to do, as I can just use the little lines on the clear ruler and easily see where the 1/4 inch mark and where the 1/2 inch mark lie. And now for the weekend, I'm going to take this kind of coral colored washi and again cut it down to 1/8 inch so it doesn't take up as much space vertically. and just mark off my weekend with that. It's funny, I did purple and green last week, and this is sort of a purple and green spread again. I did want some sparkle, but I really don't think I'd have any more place for washi, so I'm not going to use sparkle. This is only pre-decorating, so I don't want to add a whole lot of extra decorating right now. I want to wait until I get to the week of to do that, but I do want a focus sticker for down in the corner. So usually it's some sort of quote. This quote is a nice quote and it matches color-wise, so I'm going to go ahead and stick that down there. It sticks out over the edge, so I'll cut that off later. I could add another quote as well down in the bottom right. Weekends aren't always as busy as the weekdays for me, so I can spare a little space to put that there and it'll be okay. And like I said, I don't want to add a lot of decoration, but I really feel like I need a little bit more of that light pink color, light pink, almost coral color. So I'm going to add one more set of flowers. Normally I would wait until the week to do this, but this time I went ahead and added that now. And then I need my school to-do list, and I'm just going to use this extra coral washi that's sitting here. I'm going to slice it a little bit thinner because it's a little bit wide as is, and just put that on the edge. This insert paper is not from Mambi or Happy Planner. It's actually from Tool, which I get at Staples. I get a big old notebook of it for not very much money, and I can just use it. It'll probably last me 2 or 3 school years. So that is my plan with me for that week, or at least my pre-decorating plan with me for that week. The next week happens to be our anniversary week. It's our 24th anniversary. 25th is silver, and when I looked it up online, 24th is opal. However, I don't have a lot of silver stickers, and I couldn't really find much in the way of opal, so you'll see I'll go a different direction. So yeah, anniversary week, August 19th to the 25th, and I got these lovely stickers a long time ago from the Planner Society, and I've never used them, and I've always wanted to. I'm just hoarding them. So even though it should be silver or opal, we're going to go with this warm gold color, and I'm going to use these stickers from the Planner Society. So I need to start with my gold or my washi at the bottom of the page to give myself a nice wash of color. So this light, yes, my Fitbit was bugging me. This light gold washi is going to work down there. It's kind of a Art Deco kind of a style, but I sort of love it. And then I'm going to use these stickers from the Planner Society as my working section washi. It's not really washi, but I'm using it like it. And you can see I centered it so that I would have somewhat of an even amount of a scallop left over on both sides, just to give it a sense of balance. So I cut it off the sheet with full scallops and then lay it down on the page with, you know, a partial scallop on each side. I could have started with a full scallop on the left side, but then I'd have not a full scallop on the right side. It didn't quite fit that way, so this works for me. I'm so excited to finally be using these stickers from them. I've ordered a few different colors from them too, and I haven't ever used any of them. I'm so sticker hoarding, which is so dumb because I buy them to use them. I don't buy them to sit in storage. So there you go. Now I'm starting to use them. So there we go. The working section is done. I would normally do a weekend right now, but I think it's kind of full enough. I'm not going to do it. These stickers she makes are really cool. They fold in half and become a tab, and they fold so easily and line up so easily when you do it. So I'm putting that right over our anniversary day to make it special and put a little tab there. I just think they're adorable. And finding gold stickers in the Happy Planner collection of stickers should be easy. So I need to find something to be my focus sticker. I also need to somehow go ahead and mark our anniversary. Even though, again, this is pre-decorating, I shouldn't be doing all that, but I'm kind of excited about it, so I am. So at the same time, I'm looking for both my focus sticker and something to mark the anniversary as well. Got all those stickers there. There's wreaths that I've never used. I think I'm going to use this and just put a big 24 in it and let that be the marker for the anniversary. And then this circular sticker says, "You are my happy." Generally, I think of stickers in the planner as little notes to myself, little self-motivators, but this time I'm kind of directing it at my husband that, he is my happy. You are my happy. So it's not the same direction motivationally that I usually do, but I think it's appropriate for the anniversary week to do that. Slice off for those went off the edge a little bit. Could use this little piece, but I don't know, might just be trying too hard. Still needs a little something. Put a celebrate under the wreath. Because 24 years of marriage, it's something to celebrate. Not everybody makes it that far. Kind of want another quote, but I also know I'm running low on space. So I'll go with this quote that doesn't take much space. Now these tab stickers, you can also cut them in half and not make them into tabs and just make them into bows. So I'm going to do that with one of the tabs and just stick them on there. So there's that week, but I still need my school planning sheet because, again, I am a teacher. I need to have room to plan for school. So I've got a little bit of warm gold washi that I'll just stick on there, and ta-da! Okay, so with that week done, I'm now moving on to the week of August 26th through September 1st, which is also in our family now called Harvard Move-In Week. It's the week we have to move my son to college, and he will be a freshman, and I am quite depressed about it. So I have chosen Harvard school colors. Well, their color is crimson, so I added in some black and gold. I also, as you can see, printed out the crest for Harvard, and I just printed it on regular printer paper and then used my sticker maker and made it into a little sticker. And I made it the correct size to fit into one of the boxes. I have this reddish crimson colored tape to give myself a good block of color at the bottom of the pages, and again, it's always just slightly taller than it needs to be to clear those slots for the discs, so I do have to cut that out with an X-Acto knife. Black is not one of his school colors, but if it was all crimson, it'd be boring. This time, instead of doing a 1/4 inch, I'm doing an 1/8 inch strip for the working section of the planner. Not for any reason in particular, just because that's what I'm feeling this week. Sometimes I want it narrower and sometimes I want it thicker, wider. So this week I'm going with this black glitter. I think I have glitter on just about every page here lately for my working section of this week's spread. Okay, now that I've finished up the washi, I want to work on this crest. I think the crest on its own doesn't have a lot of weight to it, so I want to add a border around it. So I found this black and gold striped sticker that I'm just going to put the crest sticker that I created online. Again, it was just a Google search, image search, and I found it and did that. Just printed it on printer paper. But I'm adding it to this sticker, and I think it just gives it some weight. I forgot to do the weekend washi, so I get out this gold thin washi and slice it even thinner to 1/8 of an inch and put it on there. I chose this because I thought it was kind of pulling the gold from the black and gold striped sticker over to the other side of the spread. And it did, but honestly, it kind of looks like Mickey Mouse to me now. Black, red, gold, I don't know. I'm going to let it stand for now, though, and start looking for some quote stickers for my page. Lots of choices with black and gold, not too many with crimson. This one down here is kind of a pinkish reddish color. It's not perfect as far as a color match, but it's good enough. So I'm going to use it, and I really like how it talks about the brave spirit, because I am a mom. As a mom, I'm going to have to be very brave as I drop him off. And it talks about fierce mind, which of course he's going to have as he starts college. Also, outdream yourself. My son has dreamt of going to school here for years, and he worked hard to make it happen, so I cannot do a spread honoring Harvard without honoring my son's dream that goes with it too. I kind of like this "let's do this" sticker, but in the end I choose not to use it and put it back in my book. I do like this "adventure awaits" sticker. It's black and it's gold, and college is going to be an adventure, but I keep coming back to this gold stripe over here on the weekend. It just looks so Mickey Mouse to me. I like Mickey Mouse, but that's not what I'm going for this week. So I'm going to take that washi off, and instead I'm going to use this crimson and gold marbled washi. Again, I will slice it down to strips that are 1/8 of an inch wide and put them on. It's still got the gold that I was looking for, but it's not so in your face, and it doesn't look so much like Mickey Mouse. Again, nothing against Mickey. I just didn't want to be thinking about Disney this week. So I'll put the Adventure Awaits sticker back up, and I'm going to move it to the top instead of at the bottom where I had it before. And I'm liking how this is looking. I will still go to school some this week, so I will need a school to-do list, and I've got some of this crimson washi left, so I'll slice it just a little bit and put that on the edge of that, and that will be my work to-do list. Looking good. All right, let's move on to September. The week of September 2nd to the 8th, I think it's going to be homecoming week at school. Again, I teach, so that's important to me, but my daughter's also in high school, so that'll be important to her. And if I look at last year's calendar, this is the corresponding week. So we're going to go with school colors for the week of September 2nd to 8th. And our school colors are really close to last week's. They are red, black, and white. So not quite crimson, but pretty close. I want to work to make this spread, while it's similar colors, to make it feel different than last week's. I love this wood grain tape. I have like a whole tube of different wood grain tapes that I got, I think, from Michael's. So this one is really great with the black and the gray and the white in it. So I'm going to use that as the bottom for my accent color, my large swatch of color. And then, even though the school colors are black and red, this tape looked red on the roll, but when I rolled it out, it's really more of a pink. But because it's roses, it still has a red feel. You know what? It's not really black and red, but I'm going with it. I am. How about it's a variation on our school colors? Not quite the boldness that you usually get with red and black, but still a red and a black feel, maybe. Didn't have quite enough to get all the strips I needed out of one stretch of tape, so I have to use a little bit more. These strips, again, are 1/4 of an inch wide, but you can make them as wide or narrow as you want them to be. And I just mark the working part of the planner with that. Need a little washi to mark off my weekend, and I'm going to go with gray. I think that softens up the red and black. So I've got this gray that I'm again going to slice into 1/8 of an inch wide strips to mark my weekend. Again, it should be homecoming, so we should have some good stuff to do that weekend. I love this sticker. Again, it's not red and black, but it goes with the washi I chose. And so even though I'm not positive it's going to be homecoming weekend, I'm pretty sure it is, so I'll go ahead and put a sticker on Friday to denote that. And then I need a sticker on my In the bottom left-hand corner, kind of a focus sticker. And this one has the same roses as the one I used on Friday. It says life is lovely, and I can promise you I will need reminding of that the second week my son is gone from college, so I'm going to use that to remind me. Put this little cute banner up for the weekend, and then all I have left is my work to-do list. I don't want to have multiple planners, one for work, one for home, so this is the way I can make it work. I have one for appointments and activities. I can put my to-do list to the left in the sidebar, and then I can use this little insert for my work to-do list. Since I've got a little bit of this red rosy paper or washi left, I'll put it at the bottom. All right, we're moving on ahead. It's the week of September the 9th to 15th. Nothing big going on that I know of, so I just chose a color at random. I'm going with a light blue look this week, just for fun. Mostly because I love the farmhouse sticker book and I haven't used it much, and so this is my excuse to do so. If I'd use just light blue, I'm afraid it'll be too lofty feeling, so I want to give it some weight, so I'm going to add black in, and I like this black and white stripe for my large block of color at the bottom. Again, I need to cut out the holes for the discs so that it will move freely on the discs. And then I'm going to use this blue and white marbled washi to mark the working section of my planner. I know I'm going to cut these at 1/4 inch, so I know I will need 2 strips. So I go ahead and lay 2 strips out and start cutting. You need to hold your ruler nice and still when you do this. If the ruler slips, your knife will slip. You won't have straight lines. That one didn't cut so well, so I went ahead and cut an extra one and threw that one away. That was where my ruler and knife did slip. So, yeah, you saw that I cut more strips than I needed. That was because the knife and ruler had slipped, so I needed to cut another. And for a little more black and a little glitter, I'm going to use this black glitter that I've used before. I have to push a little bit harder on this glitter washi. It's a little bit thicker. And I will use this washi vertically to mark my weekend. All right. So now I'm going to the farmhouse sticker book mostly, a little bit out of no, it's not farmhouse, it's Color Story and Simply Lovely. I find this light blue sticker that I really like, but it's going to disappear on the white background that is the planner page. So I'm going to use some of this black glitter washi that I have and sort of make a background for this. It's similar to what I did 2 weeks ago when my son went to college. I'm going to slice it down so there's about the same amount of black showing on the top and the bottom. And then I'm going to try to pull it up. What I did wrong was I should have overlapped these washi strips instead of laying them side by side, because you'll see when I pull them up, they don't come up together. I had envisioned them sticking to the sticker better and pulling up together in one strip, but it didn't work that way. So they come up not so well. So I take them apart and lay them on them by themselves. Just takes a little adjusting, but I can get it. And then I'll put this sticker back on there. So it didn't work the way I thought it would, but it still came out the same. I don't usually use these girls, but she's kind of cute and everything about her color-wise matches. So I'm going to stick her on here just for fun. She doesn't take up much space, so it'll still be completely functional. Like I said, I don't usually use the girls, but I will this time. I'm going to write the names of these 2 sticker books on a Post-it and stick it on there so that when I come back to do my actual planning, I can more easily choose stickers that I know will match. Use a little bit of this leftover light blue washi to put on the edge of my work to-do list, and there you go. That, and a little bit, since I have it, might as well use some of the black washi at the bottom too. There's my spread for this week. And that moves us right along to the next week of September, which is the week of September 16th to the 22nd. I'm going to try something this week that I'm just going to go ahead and to give you a spoiler now. I don't love my finished product. But I'm going to go with the theme of apples this week. My family, my extended family, we have a long history of apple butter making in the fall, so I'm going to go with apples. You're going to see I'm going to have a hard time doing apples and not having it appear juvenile. So I'm going to call this one a fail, but you can at least just see my attempt. In my attempt to keep it from looking juvenile, I used some brown in there so that it's not just red and green. I know green's not a primary color, but they are two colors that are kind of associated with school and crayon, so it feels kind of primary. Not color wheel primary, just life primary. So I try to use the brown to kind of give it a sense of maturity, which I'm sure it did help, but it didn't solve everything, as you'll see later. But I do like the wood grain of the brown. It's nice. Needs something to mark my working section, so I'm going to go with this kind of a deep red. It's not a bright apple cherry red. It's a deeper red, which is again my attempt to kind of make a theme of apples look a little more mature. And if it were left up to this part, it actually would look a little more mature. I do like it at this point with the brown and the deep red. So the working section on each side, that is the boxes that you'll be planning in. And just a 1/4 inch strip of washi at the top and bottom of each one. Now I need to mark the weekend, and I have this green tape. It's a dark green, and it's really like a back to school one. It's, if you look closely, it's like a chalkboard. But if I cut it just right and get rid of the white, kind of the lines, you know, it was supposed to be the chalkboard like where it has the lines on it where you teach penmanship. And so if I cut the tape just right, I can cut off those little white chalk marks that are on the tape, and it'll just be this dark green, which I actually really like that too. Again, it doesn't look juvenile yet. With the deep red and the dark green and the brown, I actually love it right now. But then I start going for the apples, which was the whole inspiration for this. And here's where it goes downhill. I just start kind of lining apples up along the bottom. I don't want them to look balanced and perfect. I want them to look kind of random. So I put a large apple every once in a while and even a green apple every once in a while. And I try not to do it in a pattern, so it'll look a little bit more accidental and random, except that apples really would never just sit on a table like this, so I don't know who I was trying to fool into making them look random. But yeah, I pretty much just line the bottom of it with apples, both large and small and red and green. The strip of stickers, or the page of stickers with the pencils on it, somebody gave me for free. I don't remember where that came from. But yeah, that's where I derailed, and it's no longer my favorite spread. You win some, you lose some. This was not my favorite. But if we make apple butter, I will still be happy about that, even if I'm not happy with my spread. I've got a little bit of this green tape left, so I'm going to cut off the little bitty strip of white that's on it for the chalkboard look, and I'll just put that on the edge of my work to-do list, my school to-do list, since I'm a teacher. And then I can call this spread done. Maybe I'll spruce it up when I come back to do my actual event planning in it. All right, let's move on to my birthday week, the last week of September, September 23rd to the 29th, the last full week anyway. My favorite colors are red and green, but you saw I just did red and green last week, so I could just do green, but my family has this running joke that they say turquoise is my favorite color. It's not. It's red and it's green, but they say it's turquoise. So I decided to go with a kind of turquoise and green look. So I pulled out all these glitter washies I have that are either turquoise shades or green shades. And I'm going to try something I've never tried before. This might be a total fail, or this might turn out fantastic. The reason my family says my favorite color is turquoise is because anytime we have a room to paint or anytime I buy new clothes, I always gravitate toward turquoise. So they say, you say your favorite colors are red and green, but it's really turquoise. They're wrong. It's not, but I'm going with it for the joke. So I'm cutting these washies. I'm cutting eighth inch strips. And what I'm going to try to do is almost create my own striped washi using these different shades of kind of a blend from turquoise to green. So, you know, some washies stick better than others, some cut more easily than others. Some are thicker, some are thinner. I don't know how this is going to work, putting a bunch of washies in one, you know, turning a bunch of washies into one, but I'm going to give it a try. It's actually looking kind of cool. It kind of looks like this candy my kids like to eat, this sour tape stuff they like to eat. It kind of looks like that to me. I digress. Sorry. But I just keep laying these 1/8 inch strips of these different turquoise and green washies down, and I'm kind of liking how it's turning out. And I was afraid maybe one of these washies wouldn't have enough stick to it and would peel up, but they all seem to be staying down on the paper pretty well. So this might actually work. Might work. I got little strips of washi stuck on my fingers, but yeah. So now what to do with it? I need to mark my working section. At least that's what I'd normally do, but I think I've got so much washi down this time, I'm just not going to mark my working section this time. That's really odd for me, I know, but I'm just not going to. I am going to mark my weekend though, so I'm going to use the turquoise washi for that. It's not quite long enough. So I'm going to take this leftover washi, which thankfully is the same width, and just kind of piece it together, and no one will ever know. And then the same way I always mark my weekend with vertical stripes, I'm going to mark my birthday with vertical stripes, because you know what? Why not? And I'm going to do that in green, since between the two, green and turquoise, green is my actual favorite color. I'm going to do that. And again, it's too short, but I can piece it together with what's left, and you'll never know I did it. So there you go. Vertical stripes on my birthday, vertical stripes on the weekend. No working section tape, but I think it'll work. These, I'm looking for stickers that have turquoise and green together in them. This Friday one definitely does, but I need to white out the Friday that's on there for it to fit in and show up right. The cacti have some turquoise and green. These are kind of turquoise and green. Let's see what else I can find. Got some turquoise and green ones. There are a surprising amount of stickers with this color. Ooh, I used Friday once, and I should use Saturday too. Why not? Let's just do it. I mean, they're both turquoise and green, so why not? Could use one of those medals and kind of make that for my birthday, but or those ribbons, not medals. I'm going to use this one, prove them wrong. Why not inspire myself on my birthday? There are always naysayers, and I should prove them wrong. And this seems like a good message for myself on my birthday as well. I hope you feel beautiful today. Everyone should feel beautiful at least once, especially on their birthday. Let's Party would be great for my birthday, but I don't think it's going to fit, so I'm going to take it off. I am going to refer back to these sticker books with a post-it so that I can remember that when I come back to it when I actually plan. So it's there, so I don't have to search and search and search for matching stickers. I'll take some of this other washi and put it on my work to-do list, and I am done with this spread. All right, turquoise and green, they do go together. We're going to move on now getting close to the end of this, to September 30th to October 6th. I don't have any functions that I know about this week, so I'm going to try something I wanted to try for a while. I'm going to try a black and white spread. Pull out some of my favorite black and white washies, and I've got a cool black and white quote here that I kind of like. I love this music note one, but it's actually not white, it's more of a cream, so I'm not going to use that. White out the quotes that's at the bottom, and I'm just going to go with these polka dots. Black and white polka dots. Can't go wrong with polka dots, can ya? Sometimes you have to pick it up and lay it back down to get it on straight. Just a word of warning though, remember how I used the whiteout on the quote? If you try to pull up your washi that has been over the whiteout, it'll pull the whiteout up. So when you're using whiteout underneath your washi, be a little more careful of putting your sticker down, your washi down right the first time. I could cut this music staff washi so that it only shows one, but it, again, not really white, it's more of a cream, so I'm going to go away from that. And I'm going to go to this diagonal stripe. I just used this a few weeks ago, actually, but I think it'll have a different look now when I cut it down a little more narrow. I'm going to go with just an 1/8 inch strip this time for my working section of the planner. Yeah, that's going to look nice against the polka dot. Polka dots and stripes. I remember a time when that did not match, and now it just looks awesome together. Isn't it funny how things change through time? This thing I'm cutting the washi with is, it's a tool for my silhouette. I don't know if it's for picking things up or cutting things, but I don't even use it for my silhouette. I only use it for my planner and cutting washi. Need a little tape to mark off my weekend. I'm going to go to this black and glitter. Man, I am using this black and glitter like crazy these last few weeks. But I do like it. So I'll cut that also into 1/8 inch strips and lay that down to mark my weekend. There have been times when I've marked vertical stripes down every single day instead of just the weekend. Here's my focus sticker for the week. There is something good in every day. Basically, I know I'm going to be sad by now. My son will have been gone a while, so I'm going to need that message. I'm going to cut these little scale stickers down and use those for something I know I'm going to have on Monday nights, even though this is not really planning time, but since I ran across them, I'm going to go ahead and do them. Found the Weekend Warrior sticker, so I might as well go ahead and use it. And this sticker book is what inspired me to do black and white. So I'm going to write that down, put it on a Post-it so I can easily come back to it when it is time to plan, to actually plan. And now all I need now is my work to-do list. So I'll take this black and white stripe, and instead of cutting it, I'm just going to wrap it around the edge and just cut the edges. Cut the corners. And that should be it for my spread for this week. Next, we come to October 7th through the 13th. Again, nothing specific going on, but since it's getting close to fall, I decided to go with something a little bit darker. I love the dark colored stickers in the Free Spirit book, sticker book. So I'm going to find some washies that kind of go with one of my favorite stickers in it. And these all look good with it. Oh my gosh, I'm going to love this. Peach and navy spread. I've used this floral before and I love it. It's just got such a sense of maturity to it. Had to remind myself how tall to cut this, because this washi is kind of tall. So I do have to cut it down before I put it at the bottom, or it'll cover some of that box, and I need all the space I can since I'm a functional planner. So I did cut that slightly just because it is such a wide washi. Normally I can find washi that fits it just right, but I really wanted to use this one. To cut the holes out so that it will slide on the discs nicely, but that's not a big deal. This one has a lot of words on it. I could use it. I've got florals, I've got glitter, I've got peach. I've got tons of choices. like these words. They're fun, but I feel like it's too much dark at the bottom of the page, so I'm going to move that up to the top. I'm still marking the working section of my planner, but I'm just doing it at the top where it has these words on it. It says blossom and thrive and beauty, but I'm putting it at the top so there's not all that navy blue at the bottom. And at the bottom for the working section, I'm going to use this peach and gold, which, yeah, I think that's going to work. Spread the dark color throughout a bit more. And I'm going to go with this lighter blue glitter for my weekend. So it gives me a little struggle cutting it. So I have to flip it around so I've got a straight edge to start on. I don't know if the washi was difficult or if my ruler slipped, but yeah, no big deal. Easy to fix. So I've got my weekend marked off now. Ooh, that's looking good. Did I mention I love this washi? I love this washi. I need to do my to-do list for school. I've got all these different scraps of washis left, but instead I'm going to go with this peach because there's not a lot of the peach in my spread. And I will see this to-do list all week, so I might as well use a color that I would like to see a little bit more of. Yeah, I like these quotes. I'm going to put 2 of the words. I think I can fit 2 of them across the bottom of my school to-do list. And then I need my inspiration sticker that inspired the entire color palette. And I bet I can find something else. I don't know, maybe not. I write the name of that sticker book on a Post-it, put it on so I can find stickers when it's time to really plan. And now for the last week that I need to do, it is October 14th to the 20th. We're getting to fall break now. I cannot believe school hasn't even started and I'm talking about fall break already. So since it'll be fall break, I want to do fall, and I might even try to work in some of those girls that I never work in. So fall break is October 14th to the 20th. By the way, when it's fall break, I will spend a few hours one day pre-decorating for the next 9 weeks. But right now, I'm simply pre-decorating for that week. I like that sticker. I found lots of fall colors of washi, lots and lots and lots and lots. So I need to narrow it down to the ones that I want to use with that sticker. I do love the quotes at the bottom, but I always seem to white them out and cover them up. This sticker, see, I don't know which one to use. I love the green. This is kind of a gold, but brown. Yeah, I'm going to do it. It's brown, but it's got a slight sheen to it, so it almost looks gold. Kind of love it. It's kind of a good washi. It's not like glitter washi. Like you can see the glitter washi above. It's the same color as that, just without the glitter. But it's got a sheen, which is nice and rich. And it says things like thankful. It's probably better for a Thanksgiving, but the words are so small and so subtle, it's hard to see them. Because it'll be fall break and I won't have as much to do, I'm not even going to slice this down. I'm going to leave this tape its full width and just cover the working section as is. I can spare the space on fall break. I don't know what we'll be doing yet, but I know we'll be taking it easy. I've got some more washi with some fall quotes on it to put at the top of the working section. And then I need something for the weekend. And I think I'm going to go with this plain orange. Cut that to 1/8 of an inch strips and lay it on to mark my weekend. I love fall colors. Can I get an amen on that? Anybody else like fall colors? I live for the fall colors. They are my faves. All right, there's my weekend all marked. I've used most of the good fall stickers, as you can see. So I'm going to have to create my own fall sticker. So I can use this striped one as a background and then put something else, maybe a quote or this girl down to make a sticker myself. So I go with a cute little love this quote and a girl next to it. And that's going to be my homemade fall sticker. I don't need a school list, so I can put that notebook away. And I know this is really long, and if you stuck around till now, amen to you. But this is how I plan, and that's why I made this video. I really, truly do pre-decorate for 9 weeks at a time during the school year to make life easier. And isn't that the point of a planner anyway, to make our lives easier? So this is how I do it. So if it seemed tedious to you, I apologize, but I wanted to share real life with you. And if you come to one of my next plan with me's, it won't be as long because I've already done all this work. So happy planning to you, happy school year to you, and subscribe if you want to see this kind of video or even a shorter one that I might post in the future. Thanks for coming by.